Today we will be discussing how to make a balanced breakfast. But first, we must consider the importance of a balanced breakfast. Breakfast is important because it is the meal that kickstarts your metabolism, which helps you burn calories throughout the day. Breakfast also gives you the energy you need to survive the day. Many health benefits also arise from a balanced breakfast. Multiple studies have linked eating breakfast to good health, including but not limited to better memory and concentration, lower levels of bad LDL cholesterol, and it also lowers your chances of getting diabetes, heart disease, and being overweight. Eating a balanced breakfast has also been linked to better cognitive function by a 2011 edition of Physiology and Behavior, and people who consume a balanced breakfast are also less likely to suffer from depression or anxiety.
Lots of protein helps with a balanced breakfast. In fact, it is the biggest part of one. It controls cravings for food that is bad for you throughout the day. Good examples include eggs, milk, and meat. Protein isn't everything, though. It is very important to have carbohydrates to energize you throughout the day. Without these essential carbs, you'll be falling asleep after second period. Good examples include vegetables, fruit, and fiber. The word fat has been linked with unhealthy for a while. But it is important to have fat within your diet to keep you full for an extended period of time. Good options are foods such as avocado and pesto. Finally, flavor is very important. It's what makes all these other keys work together, making a breakfast that is both nutritious and delicious.
When picking fruit, it's best to try to get the most ripe of the fruit. So when we're picking lemons, it's best not to get anything that's green or transitioning from green to yellow. It's better to go for the more yellow lemons, like this one right here.
We're also going to be using grapefruits for our smoothie. It's best to get the ripe ones. The ripe ones are starting to color a little better than the rest of these. See, these are a little pale, a little green on the top. But the best ones are like this one, which is 100% ready because it's not green at all. So, a great part of a balanced breakfast is protein, and there's a lot of protein in eggs. The best place to get eggs is straight from the source, from a chicken coop. But not everyone has access to that. But if you do, the eggs are fantastic. So look at how many we're getting from our 5 chickens that we have. It's a good amount of eggs for a great breakfast.
Oranges are a great way to spice up your breakfast. They provide citrus and many other types of vitamins. So, if you have the ability to pick oranges out of an orange tree like we do, you really should take the chance. Now, oranges tend to taste better when they are ripe, so you want to get these more orange ones. It really doesn't matter if they're lumpy, they all taste fine, just the same. Just stray away from more bruised ones and ones that aren't exactly the correct color yet. Take, for example, this disshaped, deformed, eaten out orange. This is something you do not want to be eating for breakfast whatsoever. So for our smoothie, we're going to be using a variety of fruits as well as a half a cup of ice. Right here we have 2 grapefruits, 1.5 oranges, half an avocado, half a lemon, half a banana, as well as a handful of strawberries. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all of these and we're just going to throw them in the blender. So first we put in the ice, right? Yep, we're doing that. And then we add the fruits. Now, you can add however much of each ingredient you want, but you just want to try and stay in the proportions that we've laid out because you don't want to have too much lemon, otherwise it's going to taste weird and it's going to be sour. And you don't want too much avocado either because, it's a fruit smoothie. Avocado doesn't exactly taste like fruit. So if you try to keep good proportions, it should all work out when you're done with your smoothie. And all you got to do is finish throwing it in the blender and making a huge mess. Alright, now that we've got it on the blender, we just gotta pop the lid on top. And just hit
Hello. Now we're going to be making the eggs. First you got to start by turning on the oven. Then you want to put in just a little bit of butter to make sure nothing sticks. To do so, you're going to use a butter knife. Put a little bit in there and move it around. So make sure the eggs don't stick, and it also adds a little bit to the flavor. Also, if you recall, Having a little bit of fat in your meal makes you less hungry for the rest of the day. Then, you want to take 2 eggs, crack them on the side of the pan, and break them in. There's 1, and there's 2. Then, you're going to take a spatula, just kind of move them around. It's really all you do for quite a little bit until they start to solidify and stick to the bottom. Just want to move them around, make sure they scramble a little bit, make sure you get a little bit of everything everywhere. You want to make sure you scrape the sides to make sure nothing sticks. And once it starts to solidify, which happens very quickly, you should get some delicious eggs. Cameron has never made eggs in his life, and this is actually a tutorial video for him as well. Look how they're solidifying. Isn't that beautiful? These eggs are fresh from our chickens in the backyard, as you saw earlier. Not yesterday. Ha ha ha. Look at these great scrambled eggs. Look at these great scrambled eggs right here. Then you want to get a plate after you turn off the oven. And scrape around in here. I'm going to put them onto the plate. And boom, you got some delicious looking eggs. Splat. Yay, eggs.
This breakfast looks delicious.